Ashton, I'd like to ask you how you're going to deal with this. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Costello, you were going rather fast, and the interpreters have a button they can press which shows a red light here. I didn't stop you because you were in full flow, but I would urge colleagues to try and keep their speeches to the time, but don't rush. So cut rather than expand your speech. Mrs. Schaake.
Thank you, President. And I would like to ask a few seconds of all of your time before I start my intervention on Syria, which is what I want to focus on, because there's actually good news to share with this House, which is that Sakharov winner Asma Mahfouz has been acquitted of all the allegations against her. And I thought it would be appropriate, while we talk about such difficult challenges, that we also share this moment of good news together. So that I wanted to share with you. Thank you for your patience. On Syria, I want to welcome the High Representative. And in 10 years, we have to ask ourselves, what will we tell the widows and the parents whose children have been tortured to death and killed at point blank? The new generation of Syrians who wish to fight for more freedom and justice need support. Europe was, can and should be a beacon of freedom, and this comes with responsibility. That is not to say that solutions in Syria are easy, but at least the EU needs to act as a global player and should be united. I urge you to set out a vision and a strategy and to take member states along. If not, in the face of this terrible violence and in this essential moment in the Middle East, then when will the EU member states really get behind a common foreign and defence policy? There is a clear need for a new coalition of the willing to save lives and to ensure a transition to a Syria which does not fall into a domino of revenge actions and sectarian war. Despite the weapon supplies and the less than responsible attitude we've seen so far, Russia must be a part of the solution. I welcome the contact group you mentioned, when it leads to action instead of distraction. Do you also see more room for targeted EU sanctions to pressure Assad? And how will you ensure that EU sanctions are enforced and that no more ships, such as the one from Russia carrying weapons, can dock in Cyprus and then reach Syria? Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you very much indeed for passing on the good news about Asma Mahfouz, who, as you said, was a Sakharov Prize winner last year, and for keeping in touch with her. Next, Tokia Saifi.
Merci, Monsieur le Président, Madame la Haute Représentante. Nous ne pouvons